Being anonymous on the internet makes everyone assume you're a guy.
The more depressed you get, the more people avoid you.
One definition of being rich is living comfortably without having to keep track of paydays.
Soon it will be normal for old people to play video games.
You will never see your own corpse.
We decided to let squirrels do basically whatever they please.
People are more excited by the idea of turning a barren, lifeless planet into one that is teeming with life than they are about preventing the turning of one that is teeming with life into a barren, lifeless planet.
Most think they're kinder than the average.
The urinals in an NBA locker room must be very high on the wall.
When you write on a paper, it gets heavier.
Chickens live their entire lives not knowing how delicious their arms are.
Lanyard is such a weird word for what it is.
Since we revolve around the sun, we see more of the total area of sun than we do the moon.
Cats don't know that we can't see in the dark, they just see us walking like weirdos sometimes.
We can all be glad mosquitoes don't store blood the way bees do with honey.
At a certain IQ level, it becomes offensive to make fun of someone's intelligence.
Hearing snoring while trying to sleep in prison is torture itself.
It's easier to be vulnerable to a stranger because you can't hurt a stranger the way you can hurt a loved one.
Having a dog makes talking to myself less weird.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. Car commercials never show realistic depictions of driving because driving sucks.
We congratulate photographers by saying that their picture looks just like a painting and painters that their art looks just like real life.
Comparing school to prison is actually way more accurate than people think. You're there for several years, you're supposed to learn to be a good human, and the choices you make in there will greatly impact your future when you get out.
Either everyone who has died knows there's an afterlife or none of them do.
An autopsy is a whodunit, except with organs instead of the usual suspects.
There is very little difference between college Greek life and gang activity.
A beanie is a sock for your head.
The Earth is a generation ship going around in circles. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. If you liked this podcast, check out our other podcast, Daily Dad Jokes. It'll make you laugh and groan. Just search for Daily Dad Jokes in your podcast app or check the show notes page for links. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.